Let the record show that the minutes are approved. 5 yes, 1 abstention. Reports. Alan, could you introduce our new IT Carson?
His face is going to turn red.
Chief, Assistant Chief, Tribal Council persons, members, guests.
Use the mics, what Tom's saying. Sign language.
Can you hear me now?
As far as a couple of items regarding reports, let me make the introduction of our new IT manager, Carson Burton. Carson has done a great job of orientating himself in the first few days that we've gotten started. He's already done some things that I know will be an asset to our tribe, and certainly we're glad to have him aboard. So we're glad to have Carson. As far as continuing my brief report, Carson was the first item on my list, so we got him taken care of. I will say effective August 1st, the residence at the Lawrence property was finalized, and it has been leased. Our enrollment department enhancement project we're painting, we're moving along. We're looking, we've got the Fire King fire safe file cabinets ordered, and the timing has been really good so far, and we expect to have that completed mid-August, so we should be in good shape there. And really, as far as new business is concerned or reports, that will be all for me. Thank you. Yes.
Was the house leased or the whole 92 acres?
Just the house.
I believe it's a tribal member business for how much per month?
It's 12, yeah, we discussed it last week, 1,200. Yeah.
Alan, it was leased or listed?
Leased.
Leased,
It's
okay.
done.
I thought you said listed.
No.
Okay, leased.
I may have this.
And the other acreage, Joe, is still being leased by the Pine family.
Thank you, Alan.
Well, I've got one thing I would like to say, and this by no means wanting to get anything started here, but I do want to mention that actually, as far as the, and I can't explain it very accurately or completely, but we'll try. But I will say a delegation from Lawrence, Kansas, regarding a planning grant actually did come to visit us, and we had them speak at our tribal council meeting. So that was some months ago, but that's been done.
Right, and Alan, do you want to mention the consultants that are getting ready to be interviewed for the planning grant?
Well, I really haven't had a chance to look it over yet, but I know I know the planning grant that was approved is now in the stage of interviewing 5 different groups or businesses as far as moving on. So that's kind of where I'm at too.
Are they interviewing to do what? I mean, what's the moving on?
Well, moving on as far as what can be done agriculturally with the property and what we do as far as the overall plan for the additional acreage.
It was the consultants for the planning part. That was what the grant we received was for.
Okay, the Lawrence Planning Grant Committee is interviewing.
They're getting ready to. They just I think the deadline was maybe yesterday for the proposals to be in from the consultants.
Interview consultants.
And there's 5 consulting firms that have turned in, I understand, their applications.
And just to remind you, this is in conjunction with Douglas County, the USDA, the University of Kansas, Kansas State University, and Haskell University,
And the city of Lawrence.
and the City of Lawrence.
Thank you, Alan. John Sumner.
This is more along a personal gripe. Friday, I woke up to a water heater leak. My bathroom was flooded. Big leak from the water tank itself. I got the water shut off. Approximately 8:20, I called up here trying to get hold of the housing authority. Got no answer. And tried to get around 8:30. Got no answer. I had to go to Kansas. And I spent Saturday cleaning it up and fixing it myself. You need to check on your housing authority. Do they have an emergency response team for such things as this? I don't know. But as of to this time, I haven't even received a return phone call to check, see if it's been taken care of. Not a high buyer, go to hell. But that's something you need to look into.
Thought we did
Affect
that.
a team like that.
Did we look into that last month or something? What?
When Bonnie passed.
Yeah, when Bonnie passed and
With the flooding
it was
issue.
it was
That
Well, either way, I mean, you know, it's gonna happen.
Oh, you know
If not me, it's gonna be something else, but it seems like there ought to be a ERT in place to take care of something like this. I mean, that's an emergency. Because if that isn't taken care of, it leads to further damage. And now I've got a little bit of linoleum back there because it's been wet, starting to curl back up.
maybe somebody from the housing authority could answer your question. Do you think?
Mutual house, is it not? Mutual house.
Yes.
Oh, really? I'm going.
Well, this is what I'm wondering.
No, you're not covered.
Well, either way, I haven't got an answer from them. With telling me yay or nay.
They should have called you.
That's right. That's what I'm addressing.
Right.
That is what I'm addressing. But this also covers the people that
Let
aren't
him
under
know
my
that there was
program.
Right, exactly.
He was
Like
not on that.
like Bonnie. Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's just that slow response and no response. That's actually unacceptable.
I know that they provided emergency numbers to
I know they've provided them to the renters,
the, yeah.
the emergency
Yeah.
numbers.
I did
But
that.
who should have answered that phone call? Evidently, everything is routed up to the receptionist. If,
Yeah,
you know,
they need to make sure they roll their phones if everybody's gonna be out of that office.
something like that,
Yeah.
and check the call list.
Did
But,
you left the message, didn't you, John?
yes, sir, I did, my name, number, and what the problem was.
Wow.
That was Friday at 8:20, exactly.
AM?
Yes, ma'am. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Jim Brooks.
I've just got a short comment. I've also been down there to pay my rent. And not a soul in sight anywhere, the door was locked. During working hours. When I have an office down there at the desk, people pay their rent, be somebody there to take their rent. From 8 to 5.
What day was that? Joe, what's that? What day was that?
About a month ago, last month. Yeah, you was gone. I'm not blaming you. But the other people was in town, somebody should have been there.
Yeah.
Doors were locked.
You can always give them to me.
At 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And to me, that's uncalled for. They're part of the tribe and they need to realize that.
It sounds like our tribal members are having multiple issues and continued issues with our housing department, either not responding or not being there. I know that we've discussed this with Alan, our tribal manager, a number of times to look into this, and it still is a recurring problem, it sounds like.
John Thomas.
I hear these two complaints and they're legitimate, but I called Sunday, air conditioner went out. It took a while for Michael to respond. I think he was probably doing other stuff. By the time he got himself organized and got back up here, he was out there. He fixed the air, that was Sunday, he fixed the air conditioner.
Very good.
So it's not all bad.
Huh.
You know, it's
Good.
not
I'm
all
glad
bad.
to hear
Even though-
something on the
Even though,
positive side.
I wanted to say that much, and I thank you for coming out there, you know, it was hot that day too, we were gone, but we got too hot to hang around waiting for it, but he did come and he fixed the air conditioner, so there is some things.
Thanks, John.
John, but your house is a rental.
Yes.
So it,
Yeah.
Yes, it's a rental,
okay. I'm not saying everybody gets housing. I mean, I'm not trying to protect housing, so they should have called back a place ago. That get your help on or not. Titus.
In the line of housing, I applied for assistance for elder rehab for my house almost 2.5 months ago. And I checked on it 2 weeks ago and I was told that they could not find anybody that would be able to work on the house for redoing the windows that could meet the EPA HUD guidelines to put protective covering and so forth over the windows. And I talked to the director said he knew of nobody that did that. I suggested, well, I can't be the only house in the state of Oklahoma in this situation. Cherokee Nation, I'm sure, probably does it 20 times.